Welcome to our channel. We're so happy to have you here. Don't forget to subscribe and help us hit our goal of 100,000 subscribers. Goldie Hawn, 1964. 1 millionth 1965 Pontiac Bonneville convertible produced at GM's Arlington plant. Captain Kirk and Spock eating and having a laugh. A family during the Great Depression. Ella Fitzgerald was born April 26, 1917. Here she is recording in the studio with Louis Armstrong. Marilyn Monroe smile. Christopher Reeve and Robin Williams. Liberated Odessans remove Romanian Adolf Hitler street sign, April 1944. Rare photo of Kermit the Frog and Jim Henson. Louis Armstrong playing trumpet for his wife, Lucille, in front of the Great Sphinx and pyramids in Giza, Egypt. Here is a rare photo. From the first day, Daniel Radcliffe met Rupert Grint, an RAF Lancaster bomber over the German city of Hamburg during a bombing raid. Audrey. Actress and fan dancer, Sally Rand, 1920s. Paul McCartney and his daughter. A German soldier says farewell to his son before leaving for the front sea, 1940. A photo showing a gay couple in 1917 in the Russian RSFSR. Johnny Depp holding a super soaker on the set of Sleepy Hollow. Elvis signing an autograph. Japanese American is informed he need to move from his home February of 1943. Brothers Joaquin and River Phoenix. Two Japanese American boys wave in sailor outfits at the bus station, waiting for the travel to the camps, February of 1942. Soviet peasants hear a radio broadcast for the first time in 1928. Original Star Wars cast. Debbie Harry and Joan Jett fool around with a gun in the late 1970s. Shirley Temple, 1928, cutest photo of all time. Johnny Cash, performing for prisoners at Folsom Prison, January 13, 1968. Cher, 1970. Smiling in the face of death, Georges Blind was a member of the French resistance, and he was captured by the Germans and sentenced to death by firing squad in October 1944. Marilyn Monroe, June 1949. Paul Newman and Clint Eastwood. Sergeant Reckless was a Mongolian mare who served in the Korean War with the U.S. Marines. She carried ammo under fire, once making 51 solo trips in a day. Honored with medals and promotions, she became a beloved hero and was later awarded the Dickin Medal for bravery. Bruce Lee. Japanese old couple are walked out of their home to relocation, February 1942. Funeral for ONB leader Stepan Bandera in West Germany, assassinated by the KGB with cyanide gas, October 1959. Young Meryl Streep. Longest working life. Japanese Shigeshio Izumi worked 98 years on a beet plantation, retiring at the age of 105. Typical children's playground looked like in 1908. Young Robin Williams in front of the famous Comedy Store. Photo by Thomas Walker in Chicago American, reporting people eating cats and dogs to survive in Soviet Ukraine, 1935. U.S. soldiers on Okinawa gather around a field radio to hear the news of the German surrender in World War II, May 8, 1945. A Bren gunner of the 8th Royal Scots at Moestiek, Holland, 6 November 1944. 1913. Gettysburg Reunion, former Union and Confederate soldiers who fought at Gettysburg eat together. Elizabeth Taylor photographed by Robert Vose for The Look magazine, 1956. On this day, May 18, 1939, Jewish protests erupt across the British-Palestinian Mandate after Britain's White Paper halts immigration, sealing the fate of millions of Jews to be murdered in the Holocaust. The unassuming ship that may have altered the course of the Falklands War. Young Queen Elizabeth as a mechanic in 1939. Dovima at the feet of the pharaohs in 1951. Marlon Brando, before and after makeup for portraying Don Corleone in The Godfather. The opening of the Hebrew University in Jerusalem, 1925. Workers at Dusseldorf Engineering Company in 1913. Princess Diana's dance with John Travolta at a White House state dinner on November 9, 1985. A wounded child from the besieged Bosnian town of Srebrenica is carried off a UN truck upon arriving in Tuzla, Bosnia, after a tense journey across the most contested battle lines in Bosnia, March 20, 1993. The Beatles, 1957. John Lennon, 16 years old. George Harrison and Paul McCartney. Armored flamethrower during tests on the outskirts of the city of Lorena, São Paulo, during the Constitutionalist Revolution of 1932. Sergeant Reckless was a Mongolian mare who served in the Korean War with the U.S. Marines. She carried ammo under fire, once making 51 solo trips in a day. Honored with medals and promotions, she became a beloved hero and was later awarded the Dickin Medal for bravery. Testing a bulletproof vest in Washington, D.C., September 1923. Marine PFC George Chanak pauses by a row of fallen Marines on Okinawa, May 1945. George Chanak was killed in action not long after this picture was taken. He was 19 years old. Nancy Reagan with Mr. T. Christmas, 1983. Children working in a cotton mill using highly dangerous machinery, the advent of laws that protect children from being forced into work and health and safety were unfortunately decades away. Dustin Hoffman, Robin Williams, and Dante Basco on the set of Hook. Crown Prince Wilhelm of Germany in full parade uniform, 1905. Josef Tiso, Catholic priest and leader of Slovakia, giving a speech in front of soldiers and civilians in Neusol, Banska Bystrica. To the left of Tiso, to his right, is Hermann Höfle, a general of the Waffen-SS, in October of 1944. Arriving immigrants, Haifa, Israel, 1949. Salvador Dali, 1930s. Grace Kelly's wedding to Prince Rainier III. Actress Jane Russell shows off to Marilyn one of her talents, being a great pencil artist, and drawing her during a break from the film of Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, 1953. Alfred Hitchcock and a baby on the set of The Birds, 1963. Elton John at Dodger Stadium, 1975. American Red Cross worker sterilizing bandages for field dressing stations, Rue Saint-Didier, Paris, 1918. Rother's carousel in the 1950s in the United States accelerated to 33 revolutions per minute, creating a centrifugal force of almost 3G. When visitors stuck to the walls of the drum, the floor automatically lowered to amplify the effect. MJ versus MJ. One of the most beautiful real photos of Marilyn Monroe taken by Richard Avedon. He caught her off guard. Pacino and De Niro. The last photo of Laurie Turney on October 15, 1965, 3 days before his death in a helicopter crash in South Vietnam. Turney fought for Finland, the Nazis, and the U.S. Army Special Forces. Young Heath Ledger. Muhammad Ali trains in a pool at the Sir John Hotel in Miami, 1961. Prince Harry, Prince William, and Princess Diana. Audrey Hepburn jumping, 1955. Photo by Philippe Halsman. Young Leonardo DiCaprio. Feeding Hannibal Lecter. A French fry on the scene of Silence of the Lambs. Sophia Loren was born on September 20th, 1934. Rare color photo of the Kennedys. Young Johnny Depp. Ursula Andress and Sean Connery. Sunbathing in the Bahamas while filming. Dr. Number 1961. Leonardo DiCaprio. On the set of Critters 3. Young John Lennon with his puppy. Meryl Streep was born on June 22, 1949. Billie Holiday. Theta Bar in Cleopatra, 1917. A lost film, 400 stills 20 seconds of the film itself, and the intro are known to have survived. A small loop of the film exists,